the election did not hold as planned and has been postponed to hold on the 23rd of February and 9th of March this year. This shift in date has necessitated a need to review some of the decisions taken at the last conference and also reiterate some of the directives passed to you in light of the postponement of the elections. I wish to first remind all of you that the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. Hence, those who seek to undermine our democracy by interfering in our electoral process must be seen as enemies of Nigeria and dealt with appropriately. Our role is aptly captured in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and we must defend Nigeria's territorial integrity as well as act in aid of civil authority when called upon to do so. Therefore, commanders must work with all stakeholders, interest groups, and agencies to avert any act by any individual, groups, or entities that seek to undermine this process. As expected, Nigerians have expressed general disappointment with the postponement of the elections. The postponement has also increased apprehension in the populace and the international community with regards to safety of voters and the electoral materials. It is therefore vital that the Nigerian Army, along other security agencies, rise up to the challenge of ensuring a peaceful outcome to this general election so as to give confidence to Nigerian citizens and to reassure the international community about our electoral process. In light of this, I am pleased with the smooth activation of Operation Safe Conduct and the success of Operation Egoike 3. In addition, the recent launching of the Nigerian Army Situation Room for Election Security Monitoring will also ensure we have real-time feedback from the field as we engage in these operations. And we must remember that the Army remains apolitical to ensure that no negative aspersion is cast on the Nigerian Army before, during, or after the elections. It is unfortunate to hear persons who are aspiring to rule this country again inciting the Army to disobedience. We have consistently stated our position in the political dispensation to remain neutral and apolitical. However, direct and public incitement of the Nigerian military against democracy and constituted authority will not be tolerated. I request such persons that make such statements to withdraw these inciting statements. Let me re-emphasize loud and clear that the Nigerian Army is a professional army. The foundation of military professionalism is discipline. Without discipline, an army cannot stand. One of our core values is loyalty to constituted authority. Loyalty must be 100%. Responsive Nigerian Army for Nigeria and Nigerians. Should any officer or soldier have doubts as to his loyalty to the Nigerian state as presently constituted, such a person has up to the 22nd of this month to resign. There is no room for indiscipline or disobedience to lawful orders in the Nigerian Army today. I want to remind you all here present that the act of electoral thuggery, snatching of ballot boxes, illegal possession of election materials and similar crimes, as well as possession of arms of whatever nature, are intended to mar an election and create deliberate avenues for post-election violence and mayhem. Such actions can become more damaging when they are widespread, leading to destruction of lives and properties. Incidents of this nature in previous elections are often planned and orchestrated by politicians, and the Nigerian Army has hitherto been very cautious in its approach. However, this time around, the Nigerian Army will adopt a proactive posture that ensures that similar incidences do not even arise. Accordingly, in addition to my earlier directive to you in the last operations conference, I wish to lay emphasis on the following actions that all commanders are to abide by. Commanders must deal decisively with any electoral crime or action that will be inimical to national security. Commanders are to ensure that they and their personnel do not hobnob with politicians at any level. In this regard, there will be no military escort for any politician, and all Nigerian Army personnel are to stay clear of retired military officers, especially those who are now politicians, until after the elections. Restrictions to entry of the Nigerian Army barracks is still in force in this regard. Commanders are to conduct extensive patrols within their areas of operation. In particular, general officers must ensure that all their flash points are properly patrolled and dominated. Commanders must, in conjunction with the Nigerian police force, enforce the restriction on movement within their areas. All vehicles must be searched and suspicious persons or vehicles arrested or impounded and later handed over to the Nigeria police. Commanders must ensure they key into the Nigerian Army Election Security Monitoring Situation Room to send and receive near real-time information on events as they occur in their areas of operations. I have laid emphasis on these few points to remind everyone that these are delicate times, and the Nigerian Army must support Nigeria's march towards enduring democracy. In the course of this conference, I will expect every one of you to comment on your preparations for the elections as it affects your respective areas. Our role in support of democracy cannot be overemphasized. Hence, all hands must be on deck to ensure we have a successful outing for the next elections. Finally, I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari for his invaluable support to the Nigerian Army towards ensuring success in our various operations in keeping Nigeria peaceful and secured. The Nigerian Army must remain totally committed to the defense of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Program